Good afternoon. My name is Yikai, and today I'll be sharing my group's consulting findings. My group consists of Gwen, Ted, myself, and Waylin. So, objective of these findings is to analyze the cost related to the payment modes, time taken from each order process, time taken from point where the goods get picked up until they are delivered into the buyer's hands, clean up data, remove any unnecessary data, and focus on ocean and air freights. So our assumptions from going into this project is the first one will be the method of air transportation will prove to be more costly. The air freight will have a faster shipping time compared to the ocean freight, and the last one will be different shipment companies have different shipment charges. Our limitations will be amount of gross weights one cargo can carry, amount of data given, and we had to use other application to approach our data. Okay, so this is our table of content. First, we'll be going through the data profiling. Second, we'll be going through numerical and categorical data. And last one will be data cleaning, transformation, and reduction. So number one will be data profiling. So in data profiling, the types of data found was numerical data, number, double types, nominal data, string types. There are missing numerical data and nominal values in the data set. Our missing numerical data are 15 unknown entries for shipping costs, and for nominal is 20 unknown payment modes to delete or fill up the missing data values. Okay, so for our numerical findings, highest to lowest, and min, max, mean, and skewness. And for columns that were interpreted, freight cost, gross weight, shipment charges, and shipping time. For our nominal findings, specific numbers of each variables in columns, look out for any missing values, and columns that were interpreted, pick up and drop off point, source and destination country, shipment, payment, mode, and company. Additionally, using Excel to generate statistics on freight costs, shipment charges, shipment modes, shipment companies, and payment modes. What we found out was which shipment and which shipment and payment modes each company use, how freight costs and freight charges affects the modes. Our second part will be exploring numerical data and categorical data. So for our numerical data, we compare between the freight cost, gross weight, and shipment charges between all three different shipping companies. For SC1, he had the highest gross weight amongst all three companies. Can be misleading. We'll assume that SC1 shipboard modes from staggering amount of gross weight. And for shipping company 2, supports both air and ocean freight, flat shipping rates of $121.22 and may not be effective in profitability. And for shipping company 3, supports only air freights, lower shipping charges and freight charges. For second numerical data, it is compared between the gross weight and the freight cost. Cluster around 5 kg to 1,805 kg, assuming that the top cluster is air transport. Air freight is most likely to be expensive. Now, last point will be there is a certain limit at air transport can take before switching to sea transport. Okay, so for our categorical data, we compare between the destination country and gross weight using the pie chart. And for the scattered plot chart, we compared between the shipping destination and the shipping company. So our first one will be shipment to India has 64.58%, and Bangladesh has 35.42% of gross weight average. All three shipping companies all ship out to India. Only shipping company 3 does not ship out to Bangladesh. Our next chart will be the Sunburst chart. Sunburst chart will be the categorical data, shipment modes, and destination country exploration. Shipment by air has 52.1%, shipment by ocean has 47.9%. Bangladesh only has ocean mode of shipment, and India only has 94.2% of the market with both air and ocean shipment. Our last part, data cleaning, transformation, and reduction. For 3.1 data cleaning, the purpose of cleaning data were to allow ease of viewing data set, split combined cells columns, We name columns that were split so you look neater and fill up missing values. For 3.2 data transformation, the purpose of transforming data were to allow clear views of data entries, more specific entries, combine the charges of and costs, and calculate total cost per unit entry. And for our last part, data reduction. Uh, the purpose of data reduction was to remove data columns that were extra after the merging and splitting of columns, highly correlated and low variance. So in conclusion, all in all, what we have done is essentially look out for what we found and observed through the statistics generated by the tools provided such as KNIME, Excel, and Power BI, from data analysis exploration to exploring categorical data. Ensure that steps like data profiling to data reduction using KNIME is carried out before we move on to the predictive analysis, as it is important to get a clean and slide to the error-free dataset to prevent any unforeseen issues from arising when we carry out the next few stages to recommend which shipment company is best for the business. With that being said, our analysis has come down to finding that shipping company 1 handles the greatest number of shipments and is the most profitable as it has the highest sales of 288.01 million, which exceeds the other companies by more than 200 million Sing dollars. Thank you for listening to my presentation.